Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Foy, and today I will be presenting about values clarification. Each day throughout the day, every person is confronted with decisions that require action. Every decision made and every action taken is based on a person's beliefs, attitudes, and values. Confusion about values is experienced in all areas of life, including leisure. To help participants clarify their leisure values, as well as seek out healthy and enjoyable leisure experiences, leisure professionals, including TR specialists, can use values clarification strategies. A powerful way to help individuals better understand themselves and society would be to clarify values related to healthy lifestyle choices, barriers to participation, leisure participation patterns, and the use of free time. Values clarification, also referred to as values development, is a component of TR that helps people to answer some of the questions they may have about their goals, inspiration, interests, and beliefs, and leisure. To better understand value clarification, it is important to understand associated definitions such as values, the valuing process, value indicators, and values clarification. Values clarification. This is a counseling approach designed to help participants establish goals and priorities, make decisions about how to achieve goals and priorities, and commit to acting on their decisions. This approach is referred to as a method used to help participants through the valuing process. That is, explore what is important to them and build their own value system. During the 1950s, values have been an important area of inquiry in social sciences because they center on the standards and goals individuals and society set for themselves. During the 1960s, values clarification was developed as a tool to use in character education programs. Based on my research, it can be traced from the 1960s when Lewis Ratz developed a new affective cognitive behavioral counseling technique that was later to be recognized as value clarification. He recognized in young generation who had increasingly become errants in their behaviors that they could become more purposeful if they are given a chance to reflect on their goals, purpose, and their entire behavioral system. Together with his students, he came up with the methods which instructors and counselors could ask their learners value clarifying questions and value clarification strategies to motivate them. This allowed the students to clarify what they cherished and valued in their lives. Techniques were used to target the learners, which helped them to affirm their values in other members of their institutions, to consider the available options and their outcomes, to make free decisions regarding their lives as well as act on their goals and what they believe in a consistent way. The aim was to assist these students to discover and follow their heart desire in their lives. This would reduce stress and other psychological problems associated with dissatisfaction resulting from wrong choices. In the 19th century, character education initially took the form of discipline, the teacher's example, and the Bible. In the mid 20th century, support for the character education began to decline with the introduction of the philosophy of positivism. It was argued by the supporters of positivism that compared to the facts that were identified as objective truths, values were merely expressions of feelings and therefore were private, not appropriate for school. The values clarification approach is designed to help people build their own value system. Strategies may involve helping individuals, families, or groups to develop their own leisure value system. TR specialists develop these leisure value systems by implementing four strategies, which are the value clarifying questions, the individual clarifying response, group discussions, and value sheets. The clarifying response is a strategy used to encourage participants to think about something they said or did during any type of interaction. Group discussions involve four steps used to encourage a reflective discussion that includes selecting a topic, encouraging participants to think before they speak, structuring the discussion to promote sharing, and helping participants to learn. Last but not least, value sheets are designed to raise a value issue among the participants. The values clarification literature has changed over the decades by its contribution by many authors and practitioners. Due to this, no official theory has been identified. However, to describe how values clarification works, some original work on values clarification is given by a core hypothesis and image theory. The theoretical premise for values clarification was influenced by writers such as Maslow, Rogers, Dewey, and it was described by Rads and colleagues and later elaborated upon. Maslow and Rogers were humanistic writers who argued that individuals are responsible for discovering their values through honest self-examination and open-minded research for truths about life. And Dewey, on the other hand, believed that valuing occurs when the head and heart unite in the direction of action. However, Ratz and colleagues suggested that some people flounder in confusion or inconsistency. They do not get clear on their values and they cannot find like patterns that are purposeful and satisfying. The theory of values clarification was developed to help professionals devise programs that assist participants in confronting these challenges. Core hypothesis that currently drives values clarification is if practitioners use the valuing process, then participants are more likely to make decisions that will be positively valued by them in social contexts. Last but not least, image theory originated as a consumer decision-making model. Image theory posits that when making decisions, a person relies on three information representation referred to as images. They are values, trajectory, and strategics. The effectiveness of intervention practices is concerned with the efficiency of the practices used to produce the best outcomes possible when working with people with various disabilities. Studies have been conducted to investigate the effects of the values clarification strategies developed by Rads and colleagues on self-concept, self-esteem, and value awareness and clarification. The research of Llewellyn Thomas examines the effectiveness of values clarification intervention in prostate cancer, cardiovascular muscle stretching, and muscle cramp management. Communication. The implementation activities for the values clarification clients include activities such as counseling clients with various mental disorders such as anxiety and other health complications such as prostate cancer. Communication is critical in assisting clients to make viable decisions based on his or her sense values, and beliefs. The use of structured questions and giving the clients an opportunity to reflect on his or her value in the course of making such decisions is critical in ensuring a positive outcome and increasing sense of worth in each client. The use of detailed descriptions and feedback to facilitate opening up and communication in an effort to encourage participation is important in understanding what the client values most in his or her life. Making viable decisions on how to go about it by the victims themselves is very critical to ensure participation in the curing process. Adaptations to the available clinical processes of cancer screening and allowing one to choose whether he or she prefers a surgical or non-surgical mode of treatment will enhance cooperation and invoke a sense of worth in such clients. Environmental adaptation, especially in workplaces and within the social system, is critical to enable the victim to cope with the stress of managing this condition. Material adaptation is critical in easing accessibility to medicine, as well as critical services that will facilitate the curing process.
For this activity, I chose one of the leisure value systems, which is value sheets. This worksheet is designed to help a participant explore his or her personal values, how they developed, and how they contribute to their personal day-to-day lives. This worksheet helps the participants explore personal values they possess and would like to develop as they work through their therapeutic journey. The worksheet helps participants learn how to think and brainstorm ways they would like to improve their lives. Instructions for this worksheet is for the participants to learn how to develop morals and values they will help that will help improve his or her quality of life. To begin this worksheet, the participants will work through each of the reflection questions and consider how each question has helped him or her develop into the person they are today before engaging in any discussion with other participants. When the participant has completed the worksheet, the participants will then learn what is important to him or her and how to use the information to work towards growth and progress. For this activity, I provided a calm light with changing colors to create a welcoming environment for the participants. I then provided the worksheet for each individual with a total of 7 questions. An example of a question states, looking at this list, what are your biggest core values? In addition to the questions on the worksheet, a word bank was also provided to assist the participants with references when answering the questions. An example of words provided are ambition, success, reason, romance, and self-control, just to name a few. Next, I provided all participants with writing material and a highlighter to highlight words that they can reference to. Because when giving any participants a value sheet activity, you are required to give the participants time to complete this assignment. I provided each participant with a glass of water and an additional jug of water to ensure to each participant that there is no rush to complete this activity. And I would like to repeat that this assignment should not be rushed.